some product here, and we need to talk about this product because it's so darn fabulous. I am just thrilled to share with you this afternoon the Textured Notes bundle, which is stamp set. Love the stamp set. Love the sentiments in here. Love the font. I just love it. I just love it all. And then, and I love the thank you sentiments in here. I think, for me, thank you is an apt, thing that I like to always have on hand. So the appreciation sentiments in here are really, really nice. And then if you haven't seen the dies yet, let's talk about those. I've had people say, and I know one's watching, that says, that has said that they have rectangle dies, they don't need any more, whatever, and then ended up buying them because these are different. These are fabulous, and they each have an embossing or even a little, some slits. Does that make sense? Going on in the borders. And as you can see, the smallest one here, the one I cut out, has an not irregular pattern around the outside, but it's got little dashes, longer and shorter, all the way around, just pierced into it. And each one of these dies is so special in that way that they have these different designs in them. You will notice that the smallest one here and the long one over down here at the bottom, they have the same pattern. The next one has the same pattern as this one out here. This one has the same pattern as that one. So there is some duplication in the pattern around the frames. But, and what I've seen that's really fun that people have done, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm bound to because it's so cool, is they'll take the two frames, cut them out together. And so what'll end up happening is it'll create two rectangles, but then the outside rectangle has actually an opening on the inside when you cut out the two together. And I think that has a really cool look to it too. And it gives you the smaller rectangle to use on another project. So super fun. And the other thing about the Sweet Collection is it's got some gorgeous DSP, but it's got 2 packs of the DSP. One of which, and actually I was such a good girl last night after my live on my catalog kickoff page, I put it all away. I actually did. It's all in my little filing system. And so I don't have all of the sheets to show you, but they are all black and white. And on the packaging, the only color listed is basic black. And what we discovered last night during my live is that we liked, or at least I did, I don't know how anybody else felt about it, but I really liked to pair some gray with it as well. So we have Smoky Slate here, which I think pairs well with that shaded black in the background right here. And then we tried basic gray with it. Basic gray looked really nice. Even gray granite looked nice. And then the other pack of DSP that comes with the Sweet Collection is a bunch of woven, it's like photorealistic woven basket prints. Amazing. If you haven't checked it out, go to my online store and check it out at amyrich.stampinup.net. You can find them in the online exclusive section. So awesome. So we're going to create a card this afternoon that's a little bit different. I'm going to pull out my Smoky Slate cardstock along with my paper trimmer. We need to quickly talk about our cardstocks. So starting in the new catalog on May 1st, the cardstocks are going to go up in price to $14 a pack. And what that means for you is that it is time to stock up for sure before that price increase happens. And I would suggest, and I did this last night when we were together, I would suggest even perhaps purchasing the starter kit right now. For $99, you can choose $125 in product, and then you get your discount right after you purchase that starter kit, you'll get the opportunity for a discount. So what that means is you can get the current cardstock prices discounted, but also future cardstock prices discounted, which to me is a kind of a good incentive to rock that out. So let me know if you have any questions about that. We are at, I said 3 inches. I think we are at 3.5, and we're gonna tip it. And I am going to do some scoring across this on point. And so if I want to get it perfectly on point, I'm going to line up at 2 inches here as best I can. And I'm just going to score kind of deep. You know, I'm gonna go a little bit harder than normal on my scoring. I'm going to go over it a couple of times, and I'm going every 3/4 of an inch. So now I'm going to turn it. So my last one was at 1 1/4. So now I'll go at 2. And I'm just going to try to keep these points straight. I could have made it really easy on myself and simply did it straight this way. But what fun would that be? So now every time I go to do the next one, I'm going to line up the previous line on the 3/4 inch mark. And this is not going to be centered. I'm not going to lose real sleep over it. I didn't do math. I'm just scoring. Okay. So here we've got that one direction. Now we're going to flip it and go the other way. So once again, we're going to start at the 2 inch mark with my points, and that's a 1/2 inch over here. And then we'll just keep lining it up at 3/4 of an inch and go all the way. So how is everybody doing? I mean, we have weather here in Minnesota. We have schools closed and all that. However, now that things are cleaned up, it's pretty tame in town. I don't know what it's like out of town, but we didn't even get for work. I kind of depend on for my day job, I should say. I kind of depend on the mail, and no mail came to town today. So I don't know, for anyone who lives up in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area, how is the weather up there? Because that's where our mail comes from. So I'm just curious how your weather is up there. Ooh, guess what? I found a pack that I didn't put away. So you can see all of the beautiful designs, front and back, of this Botanical Textures DSP Designer Series paper. It is so pretty. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, I'm just going to bring in a background here that I can do some stamping on now. So I'm going to use these 2 stamps, and I'm going to do some stamping on my scored background so you can see all the scoring. And I want that scoring, the indentation going down. So this is the side I want to stamp on. So I'm gonna do a little collage stamping. So I'm gonna start with the larger one. That is the general rule for texture stamping. And I'm gonna do some black. So I'm going to, this is beautifully shaded stamp as well. So I'm just going to stamp, and see what you notice is there's like a tile effect now because I've got the score lines in there, and I love that look. I think it's just a cool look, and you can do it with basically any, especially any solid stamps is what I would say. Perhaps not a line art stamp. It probably wouldn't have the same effect. But we're just going to fill in a little bit here, and then we're going to go back in with the other stamp And this time I'm going to grab some basic gray. So even though the listing here for our colors on the DSP is only basic black, I really feel like this is staying wet here, so I got to be careful. Yeah. I really feel like the grays blend really nicely with it. So have you ever done this technique before? It's kind of fun and it's easy. It's just tiling your background here just by using that little bit of scoring that we did. So I didn't get any in the middle, which kind of stresses me out. So we're going to try. We're going to try to sneak one in there. And I think it's okay if we overlap a little. Because if you look at the DSP, it really does overlap a bit too. So I don't think we're going to worry too much. But isn't that cool? It's just a different, unique little center piece for our card. All right. And then, and actually, I don't like how that looks. So hold on. We're going to overlap some more. I just noticed it as I was playing around. So anyway, I hope anybody who is in the Midwest is healthy and safe mostly, because this weather, although we didn't get a ton of snow, it just was ugly with the wind and all of that. So I should have gone up a little bit further, but I think we're okay. I think we're going to be fine. I just wanted to show you the tile technique here. And then we're going to bring in all of that nummy paper, that big 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece. And it is going to, oops, what am I doing here? It is going to go on, it's going to mimic the background. Oops, I forgot my black layer, so I'm going to have to cut that. So the truth be told, I've been thinking about this card for about, since I woke up this morning. And, but I cut it when I got home, so from church, and that was about 1:20. So we are just trying to stay ahead of things here a little bit. Okay, then we're going to add our focal image. Oh my, I'm getting crazy with my, I think it's how dry it is right now. Just got to go slow and steady. Okay, so I've got my little focal image with the tiling there. And then I'm going to pop that up here on my background. And black dimensionals would have been a good idea too, but that didn't happen. So white it is. It's always like when I'm live on camera and I go, oh my gosh, I should have used my black dimensionals. Almost every time. Oh well. And then here we've got our little strip for our sentiment. So I'm going to take the sentiment that says, you are seriously the best. And that is going to go in black on my smoky slate die here. But you are going to love these amazing dies. If you haven't peeked at them already and seen them already, these are so fun. All right, and then we're just going to pop that one up down here, and then we're going to add just a couple more things. So be patient with me here as I work through the last of this card. But we're going to add a couple dimensionals on the back. And then we're going to do a swap share. You're going to want to see these cards that I've got. So pretty. They're going to be just, you're going to love them. You're going to love them. So I'm going to put my sentiment kind of far to the bottom of the card. And I have to remember it's not quite as wide as the piece above it. So leave a little space. And then One of the things that comes in this sweet collection, I just have to find it here from last night, is a beautiful white ribbon. And I had it last night, so it's got to be here somewhere. But the white ribbon is easy to work with, and it ties well for either a bow or a knot. Now I'm not finding it, so I'm gonna have to add that later. And then we've got these amazing little dots, and these are neutral matte dots. And I'm just gonna go in now with my little dots, and I am going to do a random pattern with my dots, and just to get a little bit more pop of white in there. So I'm gonna spread these out in a random pattern, and these are going into the corners of the squares that I cut, or not cut, scored with my trimmer. All right, so a couple more down here. And what do you think? It's fun. It's a fun little technique to mess around with, because it's got all of these fun possibilities with the scoring and the detailing and stuff like that. So I love it. So imagine it with a little white ribbon on there, and we're good to go.